Hello everybody, this is Jasmina, and in this video I'm going to be talking about your sixth luck pillar. And that's because I've received a few questions, and I already covered most of this, but it was within another much longer video. This one will be a bit shorter, and it's only focused on this. Now, everybody, absolutely everybody, has a sixth luck pillar that has a clash with their month branch and has a controlling relationship with their heaven stem of the month. This is in part how your BaZi luck pillars are determined. I don't understand all of it. I don't understand how the years are come up with, what year you enter each pillar. Basically, where do you start? I don't know how that works, but everything else about the luck pillars and how they're done, I understand. As there was some concern or confusion about what is your sixth luck pillar, I thought I'd show you mine. So this will come in Joey Yap's analysis. It'll also come in the BaZiCalculator.com analysis. It is below your natal, eight characters. And so it will have ages associated with it, or years, but usually ages. And these numbers will vary depending on your particular chart. I still haven't figured out how these numbers, how it always starts at a certain number here, but at some point I might find out. But so this is pillar number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the sixth luck pillar. That's the important one. And the reason it's important is if we look at the month pillar, and this is my month pillar, what do we see? We see that this element here controls this element, so water controls fire, and that there's a clash between the ox and the goat. And so it will all depend on what's in this pillar, whether or not this is an easy or challenging luck pillar. And I would say it's probably 50-50. I've seen quite a few people who have a good sixth luck pillar, but some people don't. Now, this means that everybody who is working will find their sixth luck pillar to be different. And it's often more challenging, but not always. But actually, it's usually more challenging even if it results in things getting better in the end. But it will be different and probably more challenging than your previous luck pillar in terms of your career. Now, this doesn't necessarily affect any other part of your life. This is all about, since it's a month pillar, it's all about your career. If you are not working in your sixth luck pillar, you probably won't be able to find a job, but if you didn't have to work before that, hopefully you don't have to work now, and things will be fine. It doesn't have a big effect on your life. But most people are working still in their sixth luck pillar. Now, some people who will be let go from a good job in their sixth luck pillar, and they basically need to start over. Other people will do quite well if they work hard, but they have to work hard. Regardless of who you are, your sixth luck pillar is going to require you to do hard work if you want to either survive or actually come out on top. Now, the properties in your BaZi are purported, and this is what they say, to determine how smooth or rough your sixth luck pillar will be for you. And I've gone through my sixth luck pillar so I can comment on this, but I was not working during my sixth luck pillar, and I quit before my sixth luck pillar came. So I don't really fall into the kind of same category, but I do think I actually saw some of the effect. Now, the first thing to check is which of the 10 gods appear in your sixth luck pillar. That's both the heaven stem and the hidden stem. So you need to look and see what is there. If you have a DW or IW anywhere, even if it's in the sub-chi of the hidden stems, it's still there. that usually means you're going to be better off at the end of your sixth luck pillar than you were when you began. Now, if it's in the heaven stem, that is really nice. If it's in the main chi of the hidden stem, it's also quite good. That usually means that the gains will be bigger. But if it's in the sub chi, you probably won't lose much, but you're not going to gain a lot either because the sub chi is weaker than the heaven stem. And of course, the heaven stem is stronger than the main chi of the hidden stem, but the main chi is still better than a sub chi. Now, if you only have the IW and you don't have the DW, you might still lose your job. But the IW actually is an indicator that you have an ability, at least during that luck pillar, to start a business. And that business that you do start at that time may in the end, or should in the end, give you more income than if you stuck with your current job, if you had not been let go. And of course, right now we have tons of layoffs in this country. So there are a lot of people who might be in this situation. And the ones that are in the sixth luck pillar probably are feeling pretty desperate because they're getting on the older side. It's always hard. There's ageism here, so it's always hard to get a new job. But this is one thing, especially in period 9, it is quite smart to have a side gig before you reach your sixth luck pillar because side gigs become important because there's a lot of instability in period 9. Fire, things move fast, things change fast. So it becomes harder for people to keep jobs in general. Now, another good sign requires you to know what your lowest non-zero, that's very important, non-zero element is in your natal chart. And it'll be one of the 5 elements. It'll be wood, fire, earth, metal, or water. We are not concerned about the polarity of the element. We just want to know what element it is. And if your sixth luck pillar contains that element, you will also have an easier sixth luck pillar than people who have neither the element nor the IW or DW. So these are 3 ways that you could have a better than average sixth luck pillar. So what do I mean by the lowest non-zero? So this is actually my chart, and this is the natal part. Joey Yap shows 2. And so you can see that my lowest non-zero is fire. I have nothing that is 0. Some people will have something that's 0, but you're looking for something that's non-zero, but it's still the lowest. And so it can exist either in the heaven or the hidden stems. It doesn't matter. It's just like the IWDW. As long as it's there somewhere in the heaven or hidden stems, you're good. So this is my sixth luck pillar. And I do have fire. It's a sub-chi. It's not terribly strong, but it's there. And so that's good if it's present. It means that you have generally more luck. Now, this is my IW. So I have both IW and I have my element that is my lowest non-zero element. And it was in the sixth luck pillar that I decided to create this business. And it really wasn't until COVID when I could see, when Zoom came along and I could see that I could actually do this. Because I'm not going to fly all over the world to do feng shui for people. That's too tiring. It's too expensive. So Zoom allowed me to see a path that I could actually have a business. So, and that was before my sixth luck pillar started. And I actually started this business in the first few months of my sixth luck pillar. No, I'm sorry, it might be my seventh luck pillar. So, but all the ideas came in my sixth luck pillar. Now, what is reality? This is a check. Now, again, I was not working when I entered my sixth luck pillar. I had quit at the beginning, early in my fifth luck pillar. We had paid off the house and I didn't have to work, and there were so many other things I wanted to do, so I quit my job. Now, I had no job offers at all during my six luck pillar. I did apply, but I didn't apply to, I mean, I'm a physicist. I didn't apply a job to do research. I'd been out of research far too long to ever be employed again in physics. So, and there were no local jobs where I could teach. So I could have tutored, but it's the tutoring is okay when you're a grad student. It's not so great, later because it becomes kind of hard to organize things. Now, I did apply. I never even got a call back. However, I don't know if that's really my six luck pillar acting. Um, I think I never got a call back because of the type of jobs I applied to. They made it very clear if you lie on your application, and they were all on the computer, that you will be fired. And either I have to basically say I don't have much of a work history, which won't get me hired, or I have to tell them I have a PhD, because the place where I got my PhD I also worked as a grad student then. It had just says postdoc. I can't hide the fact I have a doctorate degree. So, I just said, I mean, my sister said, oh, just lie. And I said, I can't, because if they look at my job history, they will see I have a postdoc job. So how can I hide it? And so she stopped talking about that. But before and after the six luck pillar, I had unsolicited job offers. People came to me and asked, "Do you want a job?" So, this is this is so the six luck pillar did seem to have some effect, but that may have been because I wasn't aiming in the right direction to try to find a job. But I just want to tell you my experience. It doesn't really apply to me because I was not working when I entered my six luck pillar. So now, if you have neither that DW or the IW, nor your lowest non-zero element in your six luck pillar, you need to prepare for this before it comes, because otherwise it will be very painful. And I've had some people actually say that it is true, that they've gone through their six luck pillar and it was terrible, and they did not have this. Now, what you'll need to do is basically save and invest while you're younger and be quite disciplined about this. It's not fun, but it will make your six luck pillar much better, and you won't be so stressed. You won't age as fast because you won't be so stressed. And we're talking you'll be in your 50s and 60s during your six luck pillar. Somewhere between 50 and 60 is where that will be, and you don't need the extra stress at that time. So you really, basically what you have to do is you have to be very clear about the difference between wants and needs. And a lot of people have a problem with this. They say, I need this, when they really mean, I want this. I've seen that happen many, many times. Now, what are your needs? Basically, a roof over your head. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be fancy. It can be, the minimum requirement. Enough food to keep you from being hungry. I mean, to the point of you're always hungry because you don't have enough food. That's what I mean. Not just that you get hungry occasionally. You should be hungry before you eat, because that's a much healthier way to live. You need some sort of access to health care. Hopefully, it's something where you're able to afford it, but at least you might have some access to a clinic of some sort that you can go to. And it won't cost you an arm and a leg. That is, you have to be able to afford it. And also some sort of transportation to and from work. So that could be a basic car, not a fancy car, not a new car. It could be a bus, a subway, biking, walking, anything. I mean, I know someone who has a fantastic job, earning lots of money, they found an apartment within a 10-minute walk of their job because the traffic where they live is terrible during rush hour. It's just horrendous. So if they don't have to go into work every day, but when they do, they just walk, and they really enjoy it. That they don't have to drive. Now, one other thing that is a need is education to further your skills. This does not have to be formal education, but you might have to pay a little bit here or there. Maybe you take, if you need to learn something, let's say like this is PowerPoint, if you've never done it, I think most people have, but if you needed to learn this, you could, ask a friend who knows how to do this, and you take them out to dinner. That is a cost, but if usually all you need here is to get started, and then the internet can tell you basically everything else. The hardest part is how to get started. That's what I found when you're trying to start a new learn some sort of new software. Now, wants include entertainment. That's like movies, concerts, going out to the bar, unless the bar is for a networking purpose. Then yes. And when you're there, just drink either water or soda because it won't cost you a lot of money, and uh, and I think that's smart. Eating out is it didn't always seem to be so expensive, but right now it seems to be outrageously expensive. But then again, our income hasn't really gone up much with inflation, so we don't eat out. Um, I think maybe once a year. Really, we hardly ever eat out. Takeout, basically the only difference between eating out and takeout is a tip. It's still expensive. Usually, not always. It depends on what your company requires, but unlimited data on your smartphone is not something you necessarily need. If your company requires you to have it, they actually should supply you with a phone that has unlimited data, but you can only use it for business. And then you have your own phone, and that's who you talk to with your friends. So that a lot of people pay a whole lot for their phones. Um, we have no data, so we pay very little. Now, you also don't need the latest smartphone. You don't need the latest anything. You don't want to have a new car every few years. If you buy a decent car, it's not a fancy one. We have a car that lasted 21 years, and the only reason we don't have it anymore is it was totaled in a tiny little accident where nobody was hurt. My car is 13 years old. It's actually still a great car, but it was under $20,000. Um, Quite a bit under 20,000 if I remember right. It is 19 or 13 years ago, that's a while ago. But it's a fantastic car. So you don't need a lot of stuff. You can do, I don't have any design or anything at all. Uh, I don't even wear makeup. I think makeup costs too much. So I have no trouble defining between wants and needs. But a lot of people do. And part of that is a lot of these things like new cars, the latest cell phone, this is an indication that you're not very, you don't have a very high self-esteem. You think you need this stuff to show people that you're doing well. I don't feel that need. In theory, yes, I think I could afford some of this stuff, but I know I could afford some of this stuff, but I'm not going to do it. To me, it's not worth it. I don't get any enjoyment out of it. Basically, all I think about is this costs too much. So, but I do spend on things that help my health, things like this. But then again, I'm in my 60s, so, health becomes a lot more important. So I've already passed my 6 luck pillar, so I don't have to worry about this. But honestly, I've been doing this for so long, I don't think I'll ever change. That you know, I don't like spending money on things I don't need. Um, and a lot of people are very different than that. They get a thrill out of buying something. Most of the time, that thrill doesn't last, unfortunately. Now, this is what you really have to understand is you are worth a lot more than your stuff. And I learned that, well, I learned that as a kid because both of my parents went through the Great Depression. So, uh, you know, they were they really knew how to save money better than I do. I'm willing to buy stuff that occasionally that I will like, that I don't necessarily need. I don't remember when the last time that happened though. But you know, uh, well, I guess you could say I do know some, but it had a purpose, like it was for health. Did I absolutely need it? I don't know. So, one thing you can do is also find a side gig as you approach your six slug pillar. I recommend that you do it before you reach your six slug pillar because if you do that, then you're already getting some money coming in. And now that if you do get laid off, you have something to fall back on, and you just increase that. You increase your hours you're using on your side gig, and that won't make up for your job usually, at least not in the beginning, but it will help, and it will take a lot of pressure off. Hobbies can become really good side gigs if you are passionate about the hobby. And today it's actually much easier than it used to be. If you don't know how to use YouTube to or other social media platforms, depending on what your passion is, uh, you can do this before you reach your six slug pillar. Then you'll be ready to go. I mean, for me, YouTube is free advertising. And so this is why I use it. Now, I don't use any other social media because I don't have shorts. I don't know how I I can't really say enough in 1 minute or whatever the time limit is that will actually teach you anything. So I don't bother. And I'm happy with YouTube, even though they take 30% of whatever I earn. So that's it. I like to thank you for watching. And if you have questions, you can either email me here or leave a comment. Either one is fine. This is my coffee store if you're interested in seeing the stuff that I have. But for this, you really all you need is your BaZi, to be able to use this information. So what I have probably won't help you very much. But that's it. And I'd like to thank you again for watching.